boy. Large for his age, but younger than a soldier should be. I may not have sons, but I have watched enough of them to know what 15 summers looks like. This child is at least a year shy of the minimum age for serving in Troy's army. Not that most captains care to check, so long as he can carry his shield upright. He wanted to follow his father and brothers for Prince Hector. He was too strong. I couldn't stop him. The woman's explanation unravels into sobs. I've given a husband and 2 sons for Troy already. Will you deprive me of my youngest even in the afterlife? My throat tightens. I open my hand. The flax-colored cloth is now pink in most places, a rusty red in others. No one in Troy, not even Hector, expects me to cover myself in blood that stains my nail beds brown. But that is exactly why I do it. I want to get my hands dirty. When I muster enough courage to look into the eyes of the desperate, childless widow again, I see that she is far from old. Despite her tears, the firm line of her mouth says she would do anything to guarantee her son's safe passage across the great river. My eyes land on the knife at the edge of the slab an instant before she lunges. I am fast, but she is faster. The mother brings the blade to her own quivering throat before I can exhale. If he is condemned to wander, then I will wander with him. Her eyes blink fire. A thin, crimson drizzle travels to her collarbone. Have you heard me issue such a condemnation? I ask calmly. The mother's gaze flickers. Her grip on the knife handle loosens slightly, even as her voice shakes. My son was not a coward. I nod. No man who stands across the plain from Achilles can ever be called one. And the boy who turns and runs from Achilles' spear, surely the only name for him is human. But the king's council is not interested in shaping men. It is demigods they seek to mold. Names, after all, cannot be speared in the back. Names can live on, ringing glory throughout the ages. Which is why the punishment for fleeing the battlefield isn't so merciful as a clean death. It is eternal shame, followed by a corpse left exposed. An unburned body that becomes a lost soul, doomed to wander the Shadowlands. Even worse, there is nothing the warrior or anyone else can do to redeem his name. The last note of his song has been sung. But only if you sentence the boy to this fate. I look down at the blue, bloated face, the full cheeks of a child. With a swift stroke of my hand, I close the black holes of the boy's eyes. Ida. The stones. The aging woman in charge of Troy's dead rushes toward me from her stool in the corner. She presses the smooth, flat stones made from smoky quartz into my hand. Compared to the boy's flesh, they are warm. As usual, Ida looks somewhat surprised to see me here. She shouldn't be. If Hector is the type of commander who walks among his men, thanking even the lowest born for his sacrifice, then I intend to be the kind of queen who reaches for a washcloth when the women of her city must bury sons who cannot yet grow beards. If I live to be queen, that is, or have a city left to rule. I turn back to the mother. It is time to let go. With aching tenderness, the mother places the atamanui in her dead son's palm. A symbol of a life carried into death, a fare to be paid at the great river for passage across. The atamanui the mother chose is a piece of jade carved into the shape of a small bird. The artistry is as impressive as the stone itself. It would have cost the woman much. By the looks of her ragged tunic, more than she could afford. It is beautiful, I tell her. Somehow it is also confirmation that sending the boy to the pyre instead of the refuse heap is the right choice. Fitting. The woman's lips tremble as she closes her son's stiff fingers around the jade bird. From birth, Antinous woke with the dawn. I would hear him singing in his sweet little voice, just like a sparrow.